In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the strength classroom dispels bullshit. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today, my rant, quote unquote, is that the bench press is not a bad exercise. Okay? So let's just dispel a couple rumors. People say it's bad for your shoulders. You should do dips instead or incline bench. I'd argue those exercises can be even worse for your shoulders. I know someone that doesn't ever touch a barbell on incline bench because every time he does, he tweaks something on his shoulders. So just to say, oh, don't do bench, it's bad for your shoulders, but give these two replacement exercises is like, have people never heard of the fact that different exercises work better for different people depending on their skeleton, their training history, the angle, how you perform the exercise? Obviously not, because everyone thinks it's a one-size-fits-all, and that's actually a problem with our society nowadays, that everyone gets put in these little buckets. These exercises are no different. To me, I'm borderline going to say the bench press is an underrated exercise at this point because it's been hated on for so long that people like to act like it has zero practical applications no matter what your goal is. And that's the problem. People think, oh, the bench press doesn't line up with my goals, so I'm just going to act and be trendy and say it sucks to get clicks for videos. The bench press is so overhated, it's crazy. Now, is it the end-all and be-all of exercises, upper body strength, whatever? No. But however, it is the easiest way to load up the most amount of weight to build and test pushing strength. That's why it's in powerlifting competitions. That's why it's at the NFL Combine, albeit the NFL Combine does do it for reps. And by saying it's the easiest to load, dumbbells and push-ups are great exercises when done heavy, but most gyms won't have the appropriate weight to be able to load them up heavy to stimulate them just like a bench press would. Most public gyms have capped out at about 100 pounds, and if you train by yourself or unless you have a training partner with you, it can be pretty hard to balance 45-pound plates on your back unless you have a specialized weighted vest like myself. And most people that have a specialized weighted vest aren't bringing it to the gym. They're most likely going to be people that work out at like the park, calisthenic athletes, or people that have their own home gym. So it is the easiest exercise to load. That makes it underrated by saying, hey, it's easy to load. If you're in a pinch, every gym has flat benches. People go, oh, I saw this on Reddit. I tore my rotator cuff doing them. Okay, so I can go ahead and say 99.9% of people that have done the bench press have not torn their rotator cuff. So just because you tore your rotator cuff, it could have been due to negligence, it could have been an overuse injury, it could have been just the weight was too heavy. Millions of things. Why should everyone stop doing them just because you tore your rotator cuff? So that means, by that logic, anyone that's ever injured themselves doing any activity, it must be the exercise's fault, not the other way around. What if I broke my cock having sex? Should the entire human population stop having sex and just put an end to civilization because I injured myself during sex? By the way, write in the comments if that's ever happened to anyone. It's never happened to me, but I've had close calls and it's scary as shit. So then another excuse, it's not an effective chest exercise. Well, who the hell said bench press was a chest exercise? No one. The 1970s bodybuilders that would do it for their chest, first of all, they weren't even doing a bench press. They were basically doing it with feet up. They were bringing the bar to your neck. That's called a guillotine press. That is a chest, very, very dominant chest pressing exercise. Okay, the bench press is not a press exercise. It's a pushing exercise, and it's probably the one that you're going to be able to use the most amount of weight on. It is a push exercise, not a chest exercise. So many compound movements get pigeonholed into being an exercise for a muscle group when that could not even be close to the truth. They are pushing exercises. A cable fly, that's a chest exercise. There's chest dominant exercises, and there's chest exercises. Most people will probably tell you the bench press is probably more of an arm builder that's accompanied by stabilization of the shoulder. Okay? It's not a chest exercise. Let me repeat this. The bench press is not a chest exercise. It works the chest to an extent, but it is not a chest exercise. And just to end it off here, if the bench press does not align with your goals, simply don't do them. Don't act like it's a bad exercise. The exercise is not bad. The implementation of said exercise is. So when beginners hear that the bench press is a bad exercise, you know what they're going to do? They're going to listen to your fucking shit advice and get 10-pound incline dumbbell presses and make absolutely no gains, because it is harder to progress on a dumbbell lift than it is a barbell lift. They're going to build no structural integrity. They are going to struggle kicking the weights up once the weights get heavier. And that makes the exercise, first of all, kicking up the weights in a dumbbell press, that's not even part of the exercise. It's really not. It builds nothing. Okay? So these people are going to get to a point where they're going to need assistance to get the weight up, because you've told them that the bench press should be an exercise that is not in their program. And that's absolutely wrong. Even I was just watching a video by Alec Onkiri the other day, and he even said he's not a fan of bench pressing in general. His main pushing exercise is weighted push-ups, but he uses the bench press as an assistance exercise to get himself stronger at push-ups. So maybe the problem is the people that say the bench press is bad is they're so caught up in calling the bench press the best exercise because they've been taught that in their head, and all training programs must be catered to the bench press and the squat, bench, and deadlift, and that's not true. If you're not a competitive powerlifter, that's not true at all. But does that mean the bench press has to disappear from training programs forever? No. There are millions of ways. Why not do a Larson press? That's when you do a bench press with your feet up. Why not do a floor press? And this is great if you don't have a flat bench. These are bench press variations. Sure, you know what? If every push day you start off with a flat bench and you think it needs to be in your routine, emphasis on the word needs, then yes, it is an overrated exercise. But to act like it has zero practical applications is just completely wrong. And this is the type of shit that pisses me off. It's people that are like 21, 22, they're lean, they make YouTube channels, they make Instagram pages, TikTok, whatever, and they look good, and they gain a massive following, and they spread the stupidest information possible. It really pisses me off because, sure, you know what? I'll say this right here. I am jealous they have more followers than me by being idiots. But that's the state of the world they live in. I'm all about authenticity. I'm all about knowledge. I'm all about practice. I'm not about theory. I'm about application, okay? I'm not just going to blindly follow someone just because they said something. I have to think. I have to assess. I have to analyze and make up the mind for myself. So, bench press, it's becoming an underrated exercise because so many people are saying it's been overrated for so long. And to be fair, this is someone that doesn't even like bench pressing is saying this. Have yourself a great day, ladies and gentlemen.